Hello, my name is Noel Ainsworth and I'm from the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries and lead the Avocado Supply Chain Feedback Project. This presentation examines what the time in the various supply chain stages were like in 2019. The Avocado Supply Chain Feedback Project aims to identify and promote improvements to practices in domestic supply chains between the farm, the pack shed, transport, and ripening and distribution centres. The project is collecting data from 40 supply chains each year, 8 from each of 5 districts that direct fruit to Sydney and Melbourne. This includes collecting data about management practices used by each chain partner, temperature management through the chain, and the resultant fruit quality when fruit reaches the soft ripe stage. Project staff then compare the data with the data already collected by businesses in the supply chains, identifying areas for improvement and training. For most short supply chains, there is a low level of rot development. However, at about 30 days after harvest, rots start to dramatically increase, as you can see on this graph. Previous research has examined the average and range of time spent at each avocado supply chain stage. Here you can see the average length of supply chains was 22 days in total. Delays, of course, can be costly at all supply chain stages, as you can see in the range of figures here. This is a graph of the 40 supply chains monitored in 2019, where you can see there was considerable variation in the time spent at each supply chain stage, along with the total length of each supply chain. Examining these last two sets of data side by side, you can quickly see that the supply chains studied in 2019 had an average total length of only 10 days compared to the earlier work where it was 22 days. As such, the 2019 chains were much shorter, with a much lower risk of rots developing. When this association between total time and rot level in each consignment was examined, it is perhaps no surprise that there was no relationship in the data. And examining the links specifically between storage time and rots, again there was no relationship in the data. Due to short supply chains of average length 10 days and good pre-harvest conditions in 2019, fruit quality was good with no observable link with supply chain temperatures. If pre-harvest quality had been compromised, or there were longer periods of storage, temperature management may be of more importance. Or if the fruit is destined for longer supply chains, including export, again, temperature management may be of more importance. So what's next? Following an interruption to the project due to COVID-19, we will repeat the monitoring in 2020 and communicate the findings to those chains. We will also communicate the findings to the wider industry in future regional forums and Talking Avocado magazine articles. And we will compare the data from this project with data from the AV 19003 Monitoring Avocado Quality in Retail project. If anyone would like to discuss these findings further or access a copy of the 2019 data collected, please contact me using the contact details on the screen. And finally, I would like to acknowledge the great number of avocado supply chain businesses who are participating and supporting the project, along with project partners including the Department of Agriculture and Fisheries, Hort Innovation, the Department of Primary Industries and Regional Development, Rudge Produce Systems, and of course, Avocados Australia. Thank you.